Again, it's very simple kind of idea. Is something called a slideshow. It's been around for 10, 15 years at least. Uh, it was one. In fact, I have a very early slideshow. What's going on?
Just still trying to understand this. Well, we fixed it, but we don't know how. Can't figure out why. It's why. Wait, you fixed it. Yeah.
So let's look at the sample here. Again, this is a very simple one. As you can see, it has some graphics that just fade. Okay, not even flipping. They're fading. Okay. This example is when I was trying to do it as responsive as well as, so it should scalable as well. Okay. So I was trying to make a responsive kind of one when I was doing this example. Probably 5 years ago is when I did this example. Okay, so I did this, yeah, as maybe 4 years ago. Yeah. And so I was trying to make a responsive slideshow, and that's what the example is. To look at it, you'll notice there's images. Each one of those images has a specific size to them. They're all the same size. All the same size. Okay. Which makes it easier to deal with a slideshow if they're all the same size. Notice right here we have two jQuery cycle 2. Okay, so on that website, the cycle 2, you download their jQuery.js file. So again, here on this site where I was just at, there is a download button right here. And you download either the production or development version, and you can donate if you want, or you can just download it. Once you click on it, it'll open up in the browser window, and then to download it, you go under File, Save Page As, and you save it as this file. Okay, so how did I save the file from this website? Again, I'll review. Again, this is the Cycle 2 website where I was just at that shows you the examples. See them right here. You can see the examples. How you save the file for you to try this is you go to where it says download. When you click on the code right here, you click on it, it'll give you the code. Notice up here there is a jQuery.cycle2.min.js, and you go File, Save As, Save Page As, and it's going to give you the file right there. Okay, that's how I saved it. And same with this one. This is a development one, which allows, the code isn't all squished together. You go File, Save Page As, and again, I downloaded and saved it. Okay, so that's how I got started with this slideshow example. And you download it from the page because you don't need to right click, save image as. You go and open it up in the browser and save it. Save as? Save page as. Did you see how I did that? Save page as in the browser. It depends on what browser you're using. I guess some browsers might say something different than save page as.
Can you do Control S?
Control S? Maybe. Command S, depending on your Windows or Mac. Okay, but did you see how I saved it? Again, you click on downloads, click on the version you want. You can use this one, go File, Save Page As, and you can save it that way. Put it in a folder with your pictures. How about that? Put it in a folder with your pictures. Okay, now this doesn't work unless of course, you have linked up to your jQuery. They also give you the jQuery information right here. They tell you how to include it right here. Oh, you want this script? Look right there. Then of course, you need the jQuery minimum right here, the jQuery link. Then of course they tell you, hey, put it where you want. There's the Cycle 2, which you've downloaded, which I just showed you how to download, right? And then there's a script here. It depends on if you're using the carousel, I think. Or one more optional Cycle 2 plugin. There's this one. Oh, that's where you get from when you download the specific one you're looking for. See over here? So you might need to download more depending upon what you're doing. So let's start with the minimum.
Did you download the first one or second?
What's that?
The two options right up there. Can you go?
This one's a development one. It shows you the code like this, so it's not all squished, where you can go and change it. And then this one, of course, is a working version. It's all it's compressed version. It's smaller. See, size-wise. Yes. So if we go to a code editor and start looking at the code. What did I call it? Didn't I download it and compress it already? I was showing it to you, wouldn't I? No, it's in the downloads folder, that's why. Okay, again, if I look inside the window here, I have 3 files. I have the slideshow sample, which is an HTML file. I have some images in there, and then I have my Cycle 2 plugin. If I open up the sample, slideshow sample HTML file in my code editor and I look at it, you'll notice it has some functions. So let's just look at the code. The first one, of course, is the link to the main jQuery. Okay, here, see it right there at the top. I copied that from their site. They can put that there for you. They copy this first, right? It's on their site. Second, include the Cycle plugin, which is locally. It's on my folder, right? It's in my folder right next to the HTML file, right? You saw it in the folder next to the HTML file. Then this JavaScript that they got right here, okay, is very basic JavaScript. It starts with a $sign. I know we haven't really talked about JavaScript yet, but it has a basic JavaScript file that says, has the page loaded. Okay, this first line of the JavaScript code is saying your document, which is your HTML file, is it ready? Which means did it load? If it did load, do this. Okay, and what is this? Well, this slideshow right here, .slideshow, is a div tag down below with my pictures in it. And what's it going to do? It's going to cycle. Where's the cycle come from? It comes from the jQuery or the JavaScript up here. And then what do you want it to do? Now this one fades, right? Did you see the pictures fading from one to the other? Well, you could also do sliding and things like that as well. Okay, and you'll see you can scroll up, shuffle, and so on. And then of course, there's some closing tags here and a closing script. So this is doing all the work that you see the pictures fading and doing. Down here, all I have is a kind of a style, CSS style, with a slideshow image and then my width of 100%. So this is my CSS style, okay, which is the slideshow, which is relating to this, is this. And then, of course, down below is a div tag in the body tag that is also called class slideshow, and then it has the path to each of the images going along. Okay, so make sure you see how this is the most basic slideshow you can ever get. It's very, very basic. Okay, again, you have some JavaScript that is calling from the external this JavaScript cycle that I downloaded from there. Okay, where did I get this script to make it happen? From their website. If you go there and you look at their website, let's say this one's a simple fade. I think is this first one a fade? Which one's a fade? Yeah, the first one's a fade. That's this one right here. Okay, let's say you wanted to do this one, the flippy one. Well, you can actually just change it to flip inside the code, but if you go here and you say, okay, let's go and demo, let's look at the demos. We want to do, What do we want to do? What was I trying to say here? Center slide command. We want to shuffle or flip. I don't know. Let me see if this one is. This one has a flip, and down here they show you how to change the code. Down here, and then they show you the CSS file that you will need to make it happen. And so this is a 3D flip, and so that requires some CSS3 code. That's why. So that might be a little bit too complicated. Let's go back to a basic one. It's on the website, the Cycle 2 website that I'm looking at. It's on this side. I know, again, I just read the getting started, and again, they tell you how to link to it. You can actually just use this without having to download. You can actually use that without having to download the Cycle 2 plugin because it's calling right from their website. If you look here, it's on GitHub, right? Okay, and then they show you how to put it here inside of your slideshow. And then here's the basic fading. I don't know, I just clicked on the one that says getting started. Getting started.
You can also use their images.
What's that?
You can also use their images.
Their images?
Yeah, where the images they're showing is also.
Yeah, they're online. So you could just copy this and put it into your code and you'll see their images, yes. And then, of course, they have ways of adding a previous and next button. See down here, previous and next button right there. Right here, they show you that. And then, of course, this is in the div. The following example shows a manual slideshow by setting timeout option to 0, which allows to show the previous and next controls. For more information on previous and next controls, see the previous and next demo. Okay, so again, this was a very simple slideshow. Let's look at the code again. Again, linking to jQuery. This is again the thing I downloaded. This is a script that I found on their website somewhere. I found this on their website. There was an example under download still. Captions, supporting captions. Oh, here we go. This is where I downloaded that. I looked at the script. So there's a flip here. Oh, that was the CSS3 shuffle. I don't know where I got the fade. Oh, fade order. I know. I don't know. Let's look at the shuffle. Let's see the shuffle. There's a shuffle. Oh, but they have a separate JavaScript file for that. The reason, and you'll notice that they actually put some, you know, just this code here. And in my example, I actually have a separate style sheet here. And the reason why I have a separate style sheet there is because I was trying to make it responsive myself by putting the width at 100%. Right? So that's sort of why it looks like on their website they're including the style inside there. I guess cycle slideshow data style. That's what I'm assuming here. I don't know. Did anybody try one of these and tell me if it works? Can somebody try this one? Maybe try the simple one. Maybe this one. Whatever is simple. Here, again, simple. Here. Let's just copy this.
Jeff, where did you get the code for the JavaScript?
Somewhere on their website.
Do you know where?
No, and that's why I'm.
Without that, it doesn't work.
Mine is working without it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Or it's working without the JavaScript. Or it's working without, it has the JavaScript element for the jQuery cycle too, but does it have the JavaScript?
Somewhere I got it here. I know it. Probably under demos. Adding slides, auto height, image loader. Somewhere in here I got that JavaScript that you see that it makes it go. Let me try another example. Where was I at? I was in demos. No. I was in downloads. And I was going to try the shuffle, wasn't I? This is where I got it. Here, over here, where it says download. This is another cycle right here. So you would link this up to your page for the shuffle.
Oh, you need to have the transition plugin.
Yes. This one is shuffle. So you would have to and then in the demo here, you would have to link to the shuffle. So in here, I would have to link to the shuffle. Whatever shuffle, there's the shuffle right there. Ugh, I haven't saved my file. It's going to give me problems.
You linked to it already in the line of window. You just linked to,
Shuffle? I suppose shuffle.
One's local and one's not.
Oh, I already did?
Yeah.
Oh, I did. You're right. Okay, we don't need that then. No need. I copied from their site. And then, of course, here was an example. I don't know. Let's try that. Again, though, this is not responsive. This is not responsive, though, right? From their website, it's not responsive. So what I did in my example was I wanted to make it responsive. Instead of just putting all this data in here, I actually added a style to it. And I don't know, I made this like 3 years ago. That's why I don't remember everything about it. But I think you can change this, at least in my example, you can change the scroll up. And let's try that. Nope, still fading. I don't know how it fades. I put scroll up.
I got it.
What's that?
Mine is working. It's copied the folder. It's working.
Oh, okay. Yes, Miranda.
JavaScript responsive $document.ready.
Yes, What about it?
Where'd you get that from?
Somewhere on their website, I think I found that, or I wrote it from a long time ago.
Because that money doesn't, I would need to be there and it still works.
No, I understand that. It depends on how you make it. This was made specifically for this, I believe.
What is that piece of code for?
Again, I was assuming that this cycle is producing the cycle down here. If you notice in the examples that they have on the website, they're putting some of the code inside the div tag. I don't have the code in the div tag. I have it as a separate JavaScript file at the top. That's why. It's just a different way of doing it. It's not, there's no one way of doing it. Let's go look at some other ones. I just wanted to point this one out because it looked like the most simple one. I mean, there's a whole bunch of them out there. This one looked pretty easy. This one has arrows, as you can see, arrows. And it has dots. The beauty of the dots is you're letting the user know how many images that they are cycling through, right? And again, they have different options here. The slides. I think I've used this one before, and it takes advantage of touch so that if somebody is on a phone, they're touching instead of clicking the arrow, right? Okay, so you know, one of the things you need to think and keep in mind, you know, is it going to be tablet friendly? Is it going to be mobile friendly? So this one takes advantage of the touch. And so I know I've used this one before, I just don't remember. Let me download it and try it. So again, there's a separate one. Where did I get this? It's on Canvas right here. This looks like a very simple slider. I clicked here. And I went to their website. It's just when I click download, and I'm going to go and uncompress that. There's a README file for BB Edit. Okay. And then they show you, I don't know what they want from there. Okay, so let's look at the example. So they have some examples in there. Let's look at some of them. Basic fade, basic slide, callbacks, multiple, playing, standard. And then they include the JavaScript file and coffee. Sounds pretty good, coffee. And so let's look at, how about the basic slide? Well, if you like Oregon, this is a good slide, isn't it? These are all pictures of Oregon. I've been to this one. I've been to that one. I've been to that one. I've been to that one. I've been to all those pictures. So that was that one. What's another one? Same one. This one's a fade. So that one looked pretty easy. Was it dynamic? I didn't check it. Does it scale? Yeah, it's a scalable one, right? This one has numbers. I know I've used this one before. I know I have. Let me put this in my folder. Where was it? Oh, there it is. Source. Let's show this coffee. Okay, so they're just telling you it's kind of old. There's newer versions out there of this example. And so that was this one. So down below, after you've downloaded it, they show you examples. So here's the examples that they just showed you. They have some style sheet here. They have the links to the code. Here's the script. Has a width and a height. Of course, I'm not sure why they're giving it a width and a height. I thought it was responsive. Okay, so I don't know. That looked like I had another one too. Not this one. There's another one I had. I don't know why it's not there. Then of course you have all kinds of wow sliders here. Some of the more advanced ones would have text that goes over top, right? You got text. I have a video explaining how to do it. And of course a lot of these are free download. I don't know, what's that? Uh-oh, that sounds like a virus to me. Don't click on anything that says free. Oh, it looks like they have an app that helps you build it. Look at that. See that? So I've seen the WoW slider before. I have seen that before. This one actually has an option for putting videos in, so that you can actually have a slider which has the thumbnail. I believe it's the thumbnail from YouTube. So the actual thumbnail from YouTube could be in a slider. So let's say you have 5, 6 different videos on YouTube. You could take and put an image in there, and then when the person clicks on it, it goes to the video in YouTube. So this one, I remember somewhere in here, I believe this one had a YouTube one. Yeah, where was that? Examples. A YouTube slider. I know I saw it. Oh, here it is. Responsive YouTube video gallery. That's it. Right here. This one looked interesting. jQuery responsive YouTube video gallery. So, see that? I'm not sure if this is the thumbnail from YouTube or not, but it's a slideshow that when you click on it, it plays a video, which I thought was an interesting way of doing it. I don't know how much it cost. Oh, here he's showing the video one. So it looks like they have a little app that allows you to build it with 3D effects and everything. Very interesting. Oh, I lost my page. Oh, this is my example, the shuffle one. But again, it's not responsive. It's not responsive. So if I wanted to make the shuffle one that I have here, I changed it to shuffle here. How could I do that? Oh, I did put shuffle in there, didn't I? Oh, here's the shuffle example. So how I made it responsive was cycle-slideshow. I took this class here and I made my own class. I believe that's how I did it. I'm not really sure, but I don't know. Let me see. I did make my own class, right? Oh yeah, here, style, this one. So I made a class with a width of 100%. So in their example, if you have one that is not responsive, I went through and made it responsive by adding a JavaScript, or not JavaScript, but CSS file. So I went and added that style. So again, here their example is not responsive. So let's see if we can make it responsive. Again, I made, so their example, like I said, from their website was not responsive. So I went and I added some CSS with an image of width of 100%. So I added that, just like I gave you a handout about how to make responsive images, and I think this works. And it should, oh no, it somewhat does it. It won't go below probably the minimum size of the image, but it does scale up. So if you find a slideshow and you want to make it responsive, there. I think the problem with these is that these images are online and they're there. If I use my images, let's say I want to use my images. Let me use my images inside of their example. I think it's in an image folder, right? What is my folder called for my images? Anybody know the name of the folder that I have my images in? Where? Images. They're just in images, and one's called 002, 003. So let me try and make their shuffle one. So again, this is their shuffle one, and I got an image. Is it images or image? Shit. Images. Images 001.jpg, and then of course it's 002, 003. Okay, so I have, and then let me save that and make sure I put it in my folder. It's already there. And then let's try it. So here's the shuffle example, and notice it goes down to the size of my image. I don't know. Does anybody have a thought of how to fix that? Do I have to give it a minimum or maximum width? Probably. What do you think? Would I give it a minimum or maximum width? Because it scales down, but it doesn't go tiny all the way down, past probably the original size. So it's width of 100%. I don't know. Give it a minimum? No. Still scales down though. I want it to go smaller. Anybody figure out how to make it smaller? Which one you like better, the shuffle or the fade?
I think it depends.
It depends.
Want to display with your
I like the shuffle a little better, I think. So I did another one, of course, on the Zircon site. This one right here has an actual frame around it. See how it has a frame? So it has this kind of frame that goes around it. And then these are just Photoshop images inside. This text is part of the image. It's not on top. So this is a very simple one right here. again, underneath the source, you can see. Let me see which one I was using for that. I was using the Cycle, the same Cycle plugin. This is not the Cycle 2. This is the original look from 2010. Whoosh. That's an old one. And again, a Cycle. And then I believe I had some. Oh, there's two of them. I got it in there twice, don't I? There you go. Do it twice. And then there was some. I don't know how I got it to Cycle. I did this a long time ago. But there's a lot of different ones out there. Again, you could just search for jQuery. Again, jQuery slideshow. I don't know if I've tried this one.
Are the libraries clean enough that they don't mess up other things? Like if you choose the jQuery slideshow from person XYZ, then you add a jQuery nav widget, there won't be anything that will.
As long as you're not using the same terms.
Well, the libraries use their own terms.
No, I understand that. At least for
Are
the.
Are they pretty clean in the way they're written, I guess?
Yeah, I guess I haven't found any real conflicts with using basic terms like the word slideshow. Like the word slideshow I used in the slideshow. Of course, in the Cycle slideshow, that's what they want you to use.
Well, what my question is if you include both libraries, neither of them will override each other. Both prefab library, jQuery.
No, I understand. I don't know. I have yet to find too many conflicts myself. So I don't know. I did see this one right here. This one looked quite easy. If you go to the example of this one, it was very simple. It gives you the JavaScript. It gives you the HTML. It gives you the options as well as a CSS file right here. You got CSS file, you have a jQuery, and then of course you have your jQuery main link there, your JavaScript here. And so this one looked like a very simple one right here. And it even has little arrows. See a little arrow? So you can download that file there. I'm going to try this one real quick. So I downloaded this one. Goes into my downloads folder. Looks like they have CSS file as well as a JavaScript file. And then they have some control bars, it looks like. And so I'm going to grab that and put it in. So let me try one more. Again, this was this one, bxslider.com. And it looks like it has dots as well as a frame around your picture. It says fully responsive with adapted to any device, horizontal, vertical, and fade modes. Slides can contain images, video, or HTML content. Advanced touch swipe support built in. Use CSS transitions for slide. And so, again, making sure you have the JavaScript, we can just copy their stuff here. And I'm going to make a document. And then I don't have a folder. I don't have a folder. And then this should have HTTP in front. Yes. Okay, so adding that, let's save. What was this one called? BX something, right? BX slider. This is BX slider example. And then, of course, they give you a class to put your pictures in. They give you a class to put your pictures in. And so, and of course my pictures are called images, and I called mine, what did I call it? 001? I think it was called 001, right? Yeah. So again, I have my own images in an images folder. My own images. I got a 2, a 3, and a 4. There we go. And I don't know why this one is different. Got 2 quotes here. 3 quotes. And then of course in their example on their website they have the JavaScript right here. And so you can put that in a script above is what you would do, just like you saw in my basic example. So up here you would put a script. And a closing script. So again, they have a script of JavaScript for that, and then put your images in, and let's try it. Oh, not quite working yet, but at least we got images on the screen, right? Hey, that's a good sign. Create a UI class slider element with a LI. You know, we already did that. Slide can contain images, video, or any. Oh, I have to make a class. It wants a CSS for that. And then there's the JavaScript. And so I would say I am missing the class. I don't know, I'm just going to steal this one over here. And what was it called? BX something? There it is. No. Okay, let's try that. Width of 100%. Maybe that'll make it fully, I don't know, we'll try it. Nope, still doesn't work. Hey, it's worth a try. Not that one. Which one was I on? This one? Yeah. Why should I use this slider? Fully responsive. How to install. Link requires files. Most important, the jQuery library needs to be included. No need. I got somewhere. I got the jQuery library messed up. I'm gonna steal this one. No, not that one. This one. Looks like it. And did I include the right? Oh, I didn't put the minimum in there. That's why. I only put the this one. I didn't put the min in. That's why. Make a mistake there. Because this is calling min right there. Do you see that? And I didn't have that in the folder. That's why it wasn't working. Nope. Okay. It was a good example though. Min. Do I have the min in there now? That's that file. Is this saved in the same folder? Yeah. Okay. There's CSS in there. Okay, that's the same file. That shouldn't matter. I don't know. It doesn't look that difficult, that one. I don't know why. Maybe you can figure it out. But at least did you see how to do the basic one, the first one? Did you guys see how to do the first one? Okay, so make sure you try it. Practice your menu over the weekend, right? And you're supposed to write me your idea, right? Okay. And I don't know, you should try the different slideshows you find. Yes? What's that? Yeah, mine doesn't work either. I don't know. It would take me a while, and I'm running out of time. Gene's going to be here in 5 minutes.